is Daniel Kwami Gudu, former assembly member for Usuta Gaje electoral area. For some time now, my team and I, which has to do with the unit committee members, other community leaders, as well as the Little Austin Foundation, we realized that the standard of education in our community is falling. Therefore, there is a need for us to mobilize more resources to see how best we can improve upon the standard of education in our community. As a result of that, we contacted the district assembly and then other town community members to see how best we can improve upon the standard of education through the provision of the school structure or the classroom blocks. Basically, having talked with all these stakeholders, we have come together. As we can see behind, that is the structure that we have put up. This has to do with this is a joint activity. So based on this, as we can see now, the students are in now, and then the standard of education in the community is improving drastically. Before then, as we can see behind us, these are some of the structure that we are using, and I even schooled here. I schooled in this structure, and yes, I schooled in this structure, and then as you can see the standard now. So before the provision of the structure, these are some of the structure that we school in. But now the world has now advanced that there's a need for us to have quality school building that will boost our academic work. So in the nutshell, I can say that the standard of education now in the community is moving up. The foundation, which is a Little Austin Foundation, also realized that some of the parents cannot afford the basic educational materials such as the exercise books, pen, pencil, school bags, and etc. And even with the provision of what? Foodstuffs. So the organization thought it wise that there is a need to mobilize more resources to see to it that instead of the kids living at home, we provided them with all these things. Theirs is to move from their house and then come to school. So now I can tell you that during school hours, it will be very difficult for you to meet kids on the streets because these materials have already been provided to them. So what I can say more is we have not finished. There is a need for us to reach out to more people in and around our community to improve upon the standard of education. This was the structure being put up by our grandparents, which I, Daniel, speaking to you now, have also schooled in. Actually, this was a class 4, class 3, class 4, and then class 5 structure, which I even schooled in before the coming in of Little Austin Foundation. During rain season, children have to be sent home to prevent disaster, as you can see the structure now. So the Little Austin Foundation thought it wise that there is the need for us to appeal to the international community, other organizations to come to the aid of Usuta, precisely Usuta EP schools, to help us put up classroom blocks, of which at the end of the day, during raining seasons, we are not going to send our children's homes. They can stay in the classroom. Now, looking at the structure, most of the time when teachers are being posted here, they refuse posting because they are afraid of their lives that during the rain season or anything can happen. So in short, we are appealing to the other organization to come to our aid, help us to change the status of this old structure to a modern one, which the standard of education in our community will improve. So having contacted many people, organization. It was as a result of which the structure we have there was provided to the community, which is serving as form JHS 1, 2, and then 3. Now, we can also move to a site where we have a structure that a citizen of Wusuta tried putting up, but lack of funds, he could not complete the structure. This structure has been in existence for the last 27 to 28 years now. So we can move to the site. So the structure we are seeing now has been put up the last 27 to 28 years now by an individual. He tried helping the community to improve upon the standard of education, but now, due to lack of funds, the structure is still lying here. But we are appealing to other people to help us to at least roof the building, which will help us improve upon our education. So that is our appealing. We are appealing to the community to help us more.
I'm Reverend Felix Kwasi Atu of EP Church, Ghana. I was transferred to this station in the year 2020. I'm 2 years old presently. When I came, the brother Daniel Gudu, the former assemblyman of this area, came to me on an issue of having an NGO who is Little Austin in support of the less privileged people. So he asked me to help him go about the contract. So I joined him and we started. Once human beings are created both physically and spiritually, I took up with the spiritual aspect of the whole program. When we go about reaching out to people, I take the spiritual aspect by praying for them where other things were dished out, like monies, foodstuffs, and the like. And normally, when this is done, it gives relief to most of the people. It puts a smile to their face. And other side of it too, we visit schools to present at times school materials. At times too, on occasions, we normally feast the young ones. We visit other people also in hospitals, those less privileged people who cannot afford meet their hut, the cost of their health care. So in a nutshell, we go about doing much. For example, some cripples, we go about presenting them with wheelchairs and supporting them with money and foodstuffs. Other materials like sanitary pads to some of them who cannot move about, the parent cannot afford supporting them in that levels are provided for them. And the other things, the things are many, so to say. So in a nutshell, this is what we've been doing so far in the with the contract. Okay. Before the donations are made, most of the people that we reach out to were at one place without doing anything. But most of the people, before the donation is made to them, they were very miserable, with the sense that they were doing nothing. They feel they were nothing to this life, and they regret being part of this life. But with the donation, they were at first at one place, like the cripples and other people. They were at one place. Some are locked up in their rooms, having nobody even to attend to them. But with the donation, some started having petty trading. Though they were at one place, they have uh, petty trading in these petty items like gari, uh, granuts, roasted granuts, and other things, sales of uh, soap and other things. One of the people that we visited at Churukwe, she was totally a cripple at one place. Nobody was there to attend to her. But with the help given him by the Austin Foundation, she is now trading in many items. And with that, with the help of the wheelchair also, she is able to move about with his items. And this has put a smile in the face of many who are less privileged. Those of the students that we visited to with items, school materials, some of them cannot afford even buying pen. So in the whole community, those who are less privileged are changing rapidly to get in tune with whatever that they are supposed to do for their livelihood. This foundation is helping a lot, yet Oliver Twist is asking for more. And we thank sincerely the foundation for their impact they are making in this society and outside, because we've been reaching out people far and near, and we have a lot to do more and more if this can be hot, upgraded more to reach out to other people. We thank the foundation sincerely for the impact this foundation is making in the life of many people. God bless the foundation. God bless the community, Wusuta. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Eve Irene Pastor, and the District Director of Health Services for North Dine. I'm here currently in Usuta Health Center, and with me is Miss Eva Abena Agbota and Mr. Daniel Kwesi Gudu, the the in charge of Little Austin Foundation. So we just want to brief you on the state of where we were and currently where we are. Uh, Usuta Health Center has been a place where has a lot of catchment areas. And then looking at the structure, it's not befitting. Doors are broken, ceilings are off, fans are not working. So we contacted Mr. Daniel Kwesi Gudu of Little Austin Foundation. So quickly, he brought us 3 ceiling fans, which we put in the offices and working. I mean, officers will no longer come out to do anything. They are in the room because Previously, it was warm and they cannot stay there. So quickly, so thank you, but we needed more. They don't, even if they would detain, it's only one room that we have where only a sex can be detained. Two sexes cannot be. So for that matter, people come because they needed to be detained. They have to go to either Vakpo, Anfwe, or Kwando to access healthcare. And then, and then also the mental health nurse. When you come here, she's always on the veranda with table and chair. Or she needed an office to work in. We all know mental health is a confidential uh, service that the healthcare provider and then the patient will have to be at a confined environment so that they can ask a lot of questions. But that's not it. The lab too, wow. Also on the veranda with a screen. So when I contacted him, he needed detention room at least to to detain the opposite sex, the small one and any other that can detain both sexes at the same time, and then the lab, and then an office for the mental health office. He quickly, I mean, come to our, he came to our aid, and maybe you will see the structure, and then we started. But we don't have a PA. I went to Ho yesterday, and we are talking about how the PA will come here. But last 2 years, I heard there was, they sent a PA, the region sent a PA. But because of the accommodation, she has to leave. So currently, it's a midwife that is minding the place. And then we've brought another registered general nurse. We want to appreciate all that Little Austin Foundation is doing, and we hope they will help us put up structures for our PAs and one other nurse, because in the night we all know how we can fall sick, and if you come here, there is nobody to attend to you because all of them are in town. They can't be here to maybe midnight. No, we don't have even a place for them to lie when there are no cases. So we are pleading that if the organization can come to our aid, put up a small two bedrooms, self-contained, or at least two officers who appreciate it more. So we want to add that Usuta Health Center serves about 6,200 plus people population. So we think with your help, all the things that you are coming to give us will go a long way to help the community members to access proper health care. Thank you very much.
And even to add to that, the people, the Overbank, which is Etopoli, the name is Topoli itself, is located in the eastern region. But about 70% of the population, they move down to access healthcare delivery at the center here, which is the Usuta Health Center. Before they coming into the aid of the facility, uh, if our patients have to access the lab and etc., they have to be seated outside here. And those who cannot cope with the environment, they have to move to either Vapo or Amfuega Catholic Hospital to be attended to, because that has to do with privacy. So as she discussed, or the team that is from the health directorate discussed with Little Austin Foundation, we thought it wise that there is a need for us to provide these offices for them, at least for our people to have that delivery or access that. So that is, as you have seen in the at the back, the foundation has provided the facility. We are providing the facility with detention room, which at least could accommodate 3 patients at a go, and then the mental health unit, and then the lab also. And then the roofing is also leaking. So the foundation is also thinking wise to see how best we can go and then see to that and then do the painting work so that at the end of the day there's no need for the people of Usuta to be moving all the way to Vaku and Fuegan and etc. So at the end of the day, this will help a lot. So, and most of times too, due to lack of these things, when some of the staff are being posted here, they are not willing to come because the person will not love to come and then be seated outside there to work. Whilst majority of this thing has to do with privacy. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate. Thank you very much.